Hey guys, welcome back to the tutorial. This is the part where I add a lot of details, so let's jump straight right in. There are a lot of details, so I'm just putting in all the photo textures I can find. So I think there's some car engine parts, and there's just some stuff to get some density inside, so that I can go into the nitty-gritty, and it just saves a lot of time. Then you saw how I struggled just now trying to paint in all the stuff in the fingers and all the stuff. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. So yeah, this is just me applying some photo textures. I dropped the textures in, Control T to transform, and then warp it, and then just erase whatever I do not need. In fact, I have no idea what I'm erasing. I'm just trying to get some density into the painting. And this, I even spread out the photo there across the entire canvas and put it at something like 5% or 10%, and just so that the background doesn't feel too much like a digital paint, which can sometimes look too smooth. Yes, it's good to get some texture inside so that you get more grip when you're painting. Yeah, so now you can see I have some density going on here, so I can start painting my all the details over it. So at this stage of the painting, you can see that there's a lot of work that needs to be done in the finger area. So yeah, the photo textures definitely help a lot in getting some kind of density inside. So it's a head start to painting all the details in. Yeah. At this point of the painting, there are also a lot of full black areas. So that's not really recommended, because there shouldn't be too much full black, because we are missing out on the opportunity to make use of these areas to paint some details in. So afterwards, you will see me lift all these black areas and start to add some detail inside them. So more painting of the hand. Yeah, because I've done it once for his other hand, so it's more easy for me to do this hand now. So at this point, I think I needed some value separation from the upper torso, so from the lower torso. So I used the pen tool, the freeform pen tool, and drew a shape, and I used the burn tool to burn the area to get some separation, that the upper torso will cast a shadow on the lower torso. So yeah, I just used the burn tool to burn it out at the intersection area to show that there's a separation of the form. So at this stage, I repeat the process quite a few times using the Lasso Tool to separate parts of his body. So like from the chest piece to his arm, there should be some kind of separation. This area. Darkening the left shoulder. Yep, so it's a good separation. Alright, so it's just zoomed out earlier to check the overall value of the painting. Yeah, so now I'm starting to define the form of the chest piece, and see I copied some stuff over from the arm just to get some values going on, so that I can paint the little parts of the Optimus Prime. So the edge of the chest area has some design going on, so I'm just trying to paint that in. Yeah, I'm using the Lasso Tool to try to get a sharp mechanical form, but it wasn't too successful. Yeah, so I moved on to some other more important parts of Optimus Prime, like this area. So I used the same lasso shape to get some highlights. Drew it again. The pen tool is pretty good at achieving this kind of shapes, because like the freehand lasso tool, it's sometimes it can be difficult to control. So you can just use the pen tool to click, and after you have roughly gotten your shape, press Control Enter on the PC, and I think Command Enter on the Mac, and then you can change it to a selection, and then you can use it to separate all the values like you see here. So more form definition. As you can see, it's a big mess now in the lower torso area. So just use the pen tool, drew a lasso and lifted the value so that I can have some design going on, and then start to paint more stuff in. So the lasso is not the most intuitive, because I think it's intuitive to just throw to just slap some paint and to define the form, but the lasso tool is like you have to jump between the pen tool and to the selection tool, and then to move it around, and then to add the value, or to press Ctrl L to adjust the level. So it's a bit less intuitive as compared to slapping some paint, but I think after some time you get used to it. Yeah, you just have to do it. Yeah, because I remember the first time when I was trying to do it, I was like, oh man, do I have to do this? Like for every piece of finger, like you see here, like kind of just slap some paint, but because there's already some values going on there, so it's actually faster to just use the lasso tool. Yeah, you just have to get used to it, and it will work towards your advantage. So I'm trying to the hand is one of the reeds, so I lifted the values of the hand there, so it just pops up from the background. So yeah, it's coming together. But the problem is, you can see at the back there are a lot of lines in the background, and I have to paint that out. Like you can see me do that sometime later. So it was a really huge mistake. I mean, not really huge mistake, but I can paint it out. It's just that I could have saved some time painting it out, as in not painting it out. Alright, more stuff in the pelvis area. By this time I got the hang of it. Just adding some lines, and it just reads as mechanical parts, and yeah, that's all that matters, right? It's just mechanical parts. I think that the thing that matters most is the face, the chest area, and the two hands, and the rest we can just add some value, some lines, and as long as it looks like car parts, then we are fine. So for all the Optimus Prime fans out there, you can try painting this Optimus Prime. It's not too difficult. You can follow step by step. I don't think I was going too fast here, and yeah, the videos are here to help, so you can just follow step by step. So what else is there to talk about here? Yeah, so I've done like digital paintings of the Amazing Spider-Man and the Thor, the Thor 2, I think. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun doing this video, so I thought I should do one for Transformers. So if you guys have any suggestions on what I can do next, just let me know, and I'll see if I have the time to do these paintings. I mean, yeah, I'll find time to do these paintings. It's really fun, and if fans out there can benefit from this little video tutorials, I think it's worth it. Yep, so more value control and form definition. It's coming together. There used to be a lot of darkest darks lying around, but I've lifted those values so we can see all the little car parts and the design going on in those areas now. I zoom out quite every so often to check the composition and the value. So earlier on I was much more distracted, but now I'm getting the hang of it. Yeah, I think I will do another pass to separate the arm. I'm concentrating a little bit on the background and the head. So yeah, I'm trying to get all my main reads here. So now the head reads, and the damage in his chest is well read now. Yep, so I think the form definition part is almost done here. I'm not sure how long will this continue running, but it's largely done. As you can zoom out, you can see it's almost done. It's just more just touching up of the value, and then we can soon turn it into color. And it's pretty easy to turn this into color, because it's kind of like a serious, or not really serious, but it isn't like a fantasy world. It isn't like a colorful world where there needs to be a lot of control with color, because color is it's pretty challenging when there are a lot of stuff going on. But for films like this, it's not too much color complexity is involved, so it's easy to turn a painting of this black and white value into color. So yeah, still trying to get some photo density going on into the background, so that's me repeating the process again, so that I can, yeah, it's like the entire process all over again. It's just we are at a different stage of the painting now. So you can see I erased like almost all of it, but it's just to get the photo density so I can paint. Yeah, so more slapping of textures, just erase. Nothing much changes, but we will have a lot more control over the painting. So more slapping of textures and getting the values in place. So you can see me do this a few times, like stretching some random photo over the entire canvas and drop its opacity, because I just want some density to go on even in the background. Yeah, not just the Optimus Prime himself. So more slapping of textures. Sometimes we can overdo this, so you have to be careful. And I just lifted the image so that I can see all the details that goes in, and it gives me a chance to further define the form. Full blacks are not good. Try to avoid full blacks. I mean, I think it's common when most people start out painting this stuff and they go fully black for a huge chunk of the painting. I mean, sometimes it's good, but very often times it's giving up on the opportunity to have some interesting stuff to paint in the painting. Like to make it fully black color, it's a bit wasted of the it's a little bit of a waste of the canvas. So yeah, just putting in more details on trying to define more forms on the head. I tried the Lasso Tool for the mouthpiece earlier, but it didn't seem to work, so I had to work on it more. You can see I used the pen tool, I think, to draw these individual shapes and duplicate them along the mouthpiece. Of course, they look a bit too sharp, so I have to apply some paint to make it less sharp. If it's this sharp and I actually zoom out to 100%, then there will be some anti-aliasing problems. So it's good to after we do this kind of lasso tricks, to actually apply some paint so they all gel together as a painting. So this feature at the top of Optimus Prime's head is quite identifiable, and I wanted to read, so I took the sky and turned it darker so that it leaves the opportunity to add some rim light onto the the piece at the top of his head. So I'm going in and detail all the face cheek stuff, more definition on the facial features. So I duplicated one of the pieces to save some time. Yep, so tightening up the edges. Oh yeah, I was mentioning earlier to add some rim light there, so you can see me doing that now. And the eyes has to read quite prominently, so at the end of this painting, I actually added some glow to the eye, just like in the poster. Yeah. Yep, so going into detail on his hand now. All these mechanical parts I have to paint them in, so there's no shortcut to this. Right, so I'm painting some pivots on the finger, and the finger is a cylindrical form, so I added some lines to suggest that's a cylinder, and I can apply all the highlighting and the core shadow accordingly. So just painting some this kind of metal holders and casings, kind of stuff. So just adding some black and white paint all over to suggest all these forms. So it's I'm not sure if this is getting a bit boring because it's largely repetitive. So yeah, this is I think this is my third movie poster that I'm painting. I think I did other two paintings. One was the Amazing Spider-Man one, and another one is of Thor Into Darkness. Yeah, those are the other two that I did from the movie, so you guys can go and check them out. But for those, I didn't make any kind of a demo or tutorial out of it because yeah, I just didn't think of it. So I thought because I think in the Spider-Man video there's some people who ask about what kind of techniques that I use, so I thought I could show some stuff here. So yeah, it's not, well, the Spider-Man painting was some time ago. I think I've improved a little bit, hopefully. So yeah, so I'm just sharing with you guys in case any one of you guys wanna paint your own painting. Yeah. So yeah, this movie is looking really cool. Actually, I contemplated whether I should paint the dinosaur one, but I kind of didn't like how the dinosaurs were posed, and I wasn't too confident on making a nice painting out of the posters. So yeah, I didn't think the poses were dramatic enough. They look kind of stiff. They look kind of unnatural. Yeah, I guess that's the best way to put it. So I didn't want to use those as a reference for my painting. This movie poster looks not bad. It's quite dramatic in its pose and lighting, and composition wise it's also not bad. So I just use this. So yeah, you guys can give it a try. Take any movie poster you like, and some maybe some upcoming movies, and just paint. Yep, I'm using the Lasso Tool to draw a piece of rope now. Yeah, so I just used the Lasso Tool and convert into a selection and just painted some white paint, and then added some curvy lines to suggest as a rope. So I think it looks somewhat like a rope now. Darken the area so that it looks like it's receding into some metal part. Yeah, there's I'm constantly using, I'm always using this technique, using the Lasso Tool, and then press Control L and lift the value so that I can get a design. I could apply some paint, but because there could be some texture that's going on already in there, so I just lift the values up, and then I get some free density inside, and I can use it to paint. Yeah, maybe talk about this document. This is I think I have raised it up to 3200 pixels wide, and yeah, it's all painted on one layer so far. My other layers are just notes like you saw earlier, some lighting notes and stuff like that. Yeah, other than for the sketching, I had my loose sketch. So far I did a loose sketch, and then I did a more detailed sketch, and then I did a color blocking pass, but then I merged them all down into one layer, so you can see that there are still lines behind. So after getting carried away with all the details, I have to do some value check here. I think the shoulder was merging too much with the torso, so I drew a lasso and lightened the area so you can see the value separation. So more rim light on this shoulder pad thingy. Yeah, so I'm starting to work on the background here. Photoshop has this new magic wand tool that is pretty cool. It can help me select the background quite quickly. It's like a paint select thing that is it has some quote-unquote intelligence to it, so it could of course my value separation was enough for the computer to guess what I was trying to select, but if you saw earlier, I just painted around the background, and it quite cleverly helped me select the entire background, and I lifted it a little bit so that I could paint. Just working on the background. Yeah, I think I separated another layer to work on the background for the moment, and then I merged it back down into the original composition. Yeah, just because I don't want to mess with. Alright, here I'm using it again. Yeah, you just have to hold shift to, I think, to add to the selection, and hold alternate to take away from your selection. So it's just a simple paint select. That it's a smart paint selection tool, and I think I extracted it out into another layer, so I can just focus on painting the background now. And after that, I just merged it back down into the painting tool when I think it's done. So adding some shapes. Earlier I made notes to point some of the visual elements to his face, so I have no idea what I'm painting behind, but I know they have to point to his face. Yeah, so just tightening up, trying to clear all the lines that I accidentally merged into the painting earlier on. So what am I doing here? Oh, just comparing what I've painted over what was there. So I'm trying very hard to remove the lines. I blurred the background a little bit. Yeah, and comparing before after, so I'm trying to get rid of all the details. So I think I settled for something between like 50%, and then I'm happy with it, and I merge it down and I continue painting Optimus. Yep. So it's more touching up of the background. It's I think this is the only time that I use a custom brush. It's just a cloud shape. So yeah, I think it looked a little bit too sketchy, so I tried to apply more paint to get rid of all the lines. But it didn't turn out too well, but I think I ended up blurring most of it. Yeah, so it didn't matter too much. In the original poster, they had this I think it's a building or container kind of thing behind. Maybe it's a vehicle, I'm not too sure, but it had some light source, so I just tried to suggest that in. So I was contemplating whether to design a kind of like a spaceship or a building here, but I thought it's too distracting. It's right next to Optimus Prime's face, so I thought it might be too distracting. So yeah, more lasso for the separation of a foreground element. So yeah, just going around and trying to. So I'm just going around the painting to try to remove all the lines. Yeah, so that's basically the mistake I made earlier that I was talking about. Yeah, so now I think so I was using this chalk brush. It has some kind of like density to it, like some kind of texture, so I just dabbed it all over the background of the painting to create some kind of illusion of fog or some dust in the air. So my foreground element is supposed to be some kind of fabric, so I just added some torn fabric, just suggested it at the edge of the bottom part of the fabric. Yeah, so more trying to get around the entire canvas to get rid of all the lines. So yeah, I think the form definition of for Optimus Prime is done by this stage, and I think the next step I'll move on to coloring him. So I'll see you in the next video.